Back in the book segment tonight, the betting odds on the presidential race are 3-1 in favor of Secretary Clinton, but 2 weeks ago they were 8-1. Joining us from Miami, Bernie Goldberg. You know, I'm really glad I had you on here. Number one, you have lavish homes in both North Carolina and Florida. Does that mean you can vote in both states? Where?
Don't do this. That's against the law, and you know it.
I do, and I'm looking out for you because I don't want you to be tempted to break the law. So you vote in Florida, right? I'm sure you vote in Florida.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. I vote in Florida.
Okay. So now let's take North Carolina first. You know the state. You live in the mountains or the foothills or whatever. Going to go for Trump or Clinton?
So you're asking me about Florida and North Carolina. There are 50 states, and you give me the two toughest ones.
Those are the ones you live in, Goldberg.
Yeah, but you could have given me California and Alabama. I could give you those two. All right, Florida's going to be a toss-up. It's real close. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. And I'd have to give a slight edge to Hillary Clinton in North Carolina. But would you like my overall prediction?
Well, wait, we have a little time with you, unfortunately, tonight. So we had a Spanish journalist, Hispanic journalist, Latina, on Friday. And she said that the Cubans in Dade, where you live, Dade County, are going to break for Trump because they don't like the Obama administration and the left.
I heard that, and I was very surprised.
If that happens,
older Cubans, if that happens, then he'll win Florida.
Yeah.
Because just as a general rule, and generalizations don't always work, the older Cubans who came here early on are conservative and they'll vote Republican. The younger ones, you know, they're more Democratic. That's why Dade County and Miami usually goes Democratic.
Okay. So you think that Hillary Clinton has a slight edge in Florida. Why?
Just going by the polls?
Just the polls. Okay. Not any...
and there's a lot of influx of new Hispanics, Puerto Ricans in the middle of the state, and if the middle of the state goes, whichever way the middle of the state goes, and I think it'll go probably for Hillary, that's who that
Trump has spent a lot of time
on
what they call the I-4 corridor between Orlando and Tampa.
Right.
He's like camped out there.
I'm saying it's close.
Okay.
Very close.
All right. Then going to North Carolina, even the governor didn't know whether he was going to win or not. I mean, you know, there's a lot of stuff floating around.
North Carolina isn't the North Carolina of years ago.
No.
I mean, North Carolina's, you know, pretty sophisticated. He talked about the research triangle. You have a lot of college-educated liberal people. You know, it's in a three-college area, UNC, Chapel Hill, North Carolina State, and Duke.
Right.
You know, if you took that out of the equation, as the governor said, then Trump wins.
Yeah, Trump's going to carry Mayberry, but he's going to have a hard time in Raleigh and some of the other urban cities. So you think that Hillary has a slight edge in North Carolina as well?
Yes. Well, no, in Florida I said it's a toss-up, but in North Carolina I think she has a slight edge, right?
Okay. So if that's the case...
I'm waiting for you to ask me about the overall.
That was my next question. If that's the case, if Hillary wins Florida and North Carolina, everybody go to bed. It's over.
Right. But I will make an overall prediction, but first I need to extract a promise from you.
Okay.
And that is that if I get this wrong, you'll destroy
we'll burn
the video.
The tape. We'd never mention it. No, of course we won't.
So here's my prediction, which a couple of weeks ago, just 2 weeks ago, I was much more confident in this prediction, and tonight I'm not all that confident in it. But I think Hillary's going to win. I think the Electoral College works against Republicans. I think she'll get more than 300 Electoral College votes. I'll give you a number, 340, give or take a few. And if Donald loses, it will be because he can't escape from all the things he said and did in order to win the nomination. The insults, the provocations, the demeanor, the symbolic giving of the middle finger to everybody who disagreed with him, that worked with his most passionate supporters. I never thought, Bill, I just never thought that would work with the majority of the
I
American
think
voters.
you're close. I would disagree. I can't make a prediction out of this race. It wouldn't be fair for me to do it. But I think that the hard edge on immigration made it more difficult for him to persuade Hispanic Americans that he had
Yes.
something economically to give them. And therefore, if Hispanics come out big, because I do not think African Americans will, that
Right.
might be. See, I think it's going to be a lot closer than everybody else, because I think that the black vote in South Philly, in Chicago, and doesn't matter in Illinois, but in other cities, not going to be at the level of Barack Obama. That'll help Trump. Last word.
Right. No, I agree. I agree. Anybody who thought that the black vote was going to be the same as when Barack Obama ran wasn't paying attention. So it isn't. But I still think Hillary's got
All right,
the
we got you
edge.
down 340. We'll see. Bernie Goldberg, and he'll be back on Wednesday. And of course, I'll never bring up what he said tonight.